The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Cali Sportsman, WDC is now on your radio. Coming live from the Bay, yeah, that way. They talk sports all day, LA. Dropping knowledge, high school, college, trying to score, play by play. NFL, NBA, NHL, that's right, you name it. They gon' bring it to you live. Talking sports and entertainment from the famous and the, you name it. Cover all sports from the football field.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host, moderator Farhan, aka WDC. I want to thank you for listening in. As always, we have a very important, spectacular show for you right here on Morris Media Live on Mondays at 5 o'clock. If you want to catch us on the social media, at Sports Collective Media, you want information about sickle cell trait, WDCONSCT.org. Shouts out to Cali Sportsman who's not here on vacation. You want your ideation for your social media, increase your business, AskIlia.com. You're going to see a commercial about that as well. As you've been checking the social media, we got 4 teams that's been here since the month of April. We're doing the Chasing the Hoop Dream segment, very near and dear to myself and Cali Sportsman's views of the basketball player and how they develop their game, and then what they're actually chasing, if it's, playing against in the NBA or playing in the Drew League or playing overseas. I mean, these guys are actually chasing something. These are real guys. And so, you get your highlights on ESPN and all that, but we're here to bring you that real live person that's out here balling and chasing their hoop dream. I'm going to pass it to my co-host over here who's had some pretty exciting last couple of days, huh?
Yeah, it's been good. P4, been balling down here. We upset Casper and Bigelow and in the Legacy Pro-Am, and they were the only undefeated team, or one of them actually. And then we won the Fast Action Basketball D1 Open Championship. So last night, Buddha balled out, Drew, been on the show.
Yeah.
They both balled out, and we dominated. We were up at 21 at the half.
What's next?
Legacy still. And then our league starts up next Monday.
Next Monday?
A week from today. We got 11 squads.
11 squads?
Ready to ball out, yeah.
Okay. Well, this first segment is brought to you by Pac Rim, and we want to shout out to Pac Rim for, being a sponsor here and getting his players. If you've seen the Instagram, you saw that we were there live. We recorded their game. Actually, my guest here was actually the one that I interviewed that day. So we're just going to get right into the conversation because this guy right here is kind of important to us. Introduce yourself, Rod.
My name is Roderick Evans Taylor.
That's it? Are we going to start there? All right. So where'd you grow up, Rod? Let's give us some background.
I kind of grew up all over the Inland Empire. I lived everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I started staying in L.A. When I turned 16, 17, I started staying in L.A. a lot.
Yeah. When did you first pick up that basketball?
Man, I picked it up late. I never even liked basketball.
No? What were you doing then? Football? Any sports?
Nah. I never really played sports. I never had the time like that. My mom worked all the time. And, I was kind of just always the babysitter, just chilling.
So you was watching TV or radio?
Yeah, TV and just playing with my cousins and people in the area, you feel me? And then my dad was in prison, so I never had a chance to get pushed into that, you feel me? So I think I played basketball. First time I ever played basketball besides at recess, you know what I'm saying? Had to be I think 5th grade I played. But I wasn't good, so, I just dressed the part. I was wearing J's, wearing all the armbands. I was dressed the part.
All the bling.
I tell you, oh God. But then I played again, and I got a little bit better, so I started playing more. I liked it, but still didn't really pick it up until, I want to say 8th grade going into freshman year. I was playing travel ball.
You played travel ball?
Yeah, and then I went to Laker camp, and then I just was getting more interested.
So how was that travel? What was that travel ball like for you?
It was cool. We had a little low key team. It wasn't really nobody special on it really per se, But we used to beat a lot of really good teams and people that went off to play Big D1 and play overseas in the league and beat some of them people. So it's cool.
You got something you want?
No, which AAU squad did you play with?
I played with the RC Slammers at first, then Rancho Cucamonga, and then I played with Triple Threat. You know what I'm saying?
And that led to what high school?
I went to Upland, but I should have never went to Upland.
I was gonna say.
I had the worst experience. That's when I started really liking basketball. Was like I took it serious. I want to say sophomore year. My homeboy Walt was like, bro, like, you the best kept secret. The coach don't mess with you. And he's like, but man, you really got a lot of game. And I was like, man, because I played the 4 and the 5, and I was undersized. I just could jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know me, I'm athletic. So
how did you build up your skills? Was that the AAU program or like
nah?
Like
we
just
play AAU.
Natural.
My coach just really gave me like leeway. Like I never came out the game. Like he started me every single game. Like when I got the triple threat, like RC Slammers, it was all right. But when I got the triple threat, where I like stayed the longest, I really just I played a lot. So it's just like I was in there, like, and there was a lot of people on my team that was better than me, like more skills. So I just learning as I went, pretty much like playing against the big name guys. Like I just was doing my thing. Actually, the person that really helped me get like my skill up was Prentice Harris, and he played at Upland with Kirk Snyder.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And if you know like Sheldon Pace, you hear the name, like the Upland team that like CIF and all that. So yeah, I started working out with him like the end of my senior year. Like yeah.
So we know that mental toughness is like key, not to just life but to sports. So where did you, if you was in the house watching TV with the babysitter, where did you develop that mental toughness, you think?
Just my life in general. I don't know, because like I said, like my mom, it was just me, my mom, my sister, and I actually had 2 sisters at the time, but just one of my sisters. We lived together, and like we used to live like in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And then so just seeing all these different just people, and then like, you know, my mom passed away when I was 8, and she was 28, you feel me? And then my dad been in prison, so like I had to find my own, like, you know, way, and then I just always been like resilient, you know what I'm saying? Because I went through a lot of stuff, actually. I did a lot of stuff people don't really know, so I just like, that just kind of helped me just build up my thing.
So, I mean, I can't even imagine, you know, losing a parent like that. You know, how did you deal with that your mental?
Man, my grandma, like, you know, she's an avid Bible reader, you know, feel me? So she always tell me stuff and give me like publications on, like, trying to put me on game and the knowledge of it, like the whole death situation. Cause, you know, I'm 8, I don't really understand. I'm trying to go play. Like, you know, my mom was sick, and she was sick like 3 times in the hospital, in and out. So I was like not going to school and stuff at times. I would just be just in the neighborhood, just chilling, like, you know. So it just listening to my grandma's words and like reading kind of helped me understand it, you know. But I still didn't understand it, you know. And then when my dad passed away, that's when I understood it more, because my dad passed away right before I graduated high school. So that, you know, that's when I really like.
How did you manage that?
At that time, like I just said, like my mom passed away, so to me that was like the most devastating. And when, you know, because my dad was gone in prison, so I didn't really grow up with my dad, so it wasn't, at that point in time I already knew what to expect with the, you know, the passing of my mom, and I stayed with my grandma already, and that's really the person that really, I guess, gave me the toughness, because my grandma was always on my case to this day. Yeah, if you know me, my grandma's on my case. And so that just helped me just be like tougher. Okay,
cool deal. Thanks for sharing that too. I grew up with my grandmother for my first like 8 years, so back in the 70s. So I kind of know that grandmother relationship was closer than my mom's. Like, man, it was tight.
Different.
It was tight.
My grandma was different. Yeah. I'm telling you, like, my grandma, she's a tough woman. You know, my grandma doesn't play. She don't joke. She don't care if you don't feel good, anything. I swear, there's been times I've been like, Grandma, my leg is broke. She's like, I don't care. You better get up and do whatever.
Do something.
Exactly. She's not going for it. And I love my grandma for that, because my grandma taught me not to be soft. I'm not soft ever. I've never been soft.
So what was your chasing the hoop dreams back then in high school? Was it to get to college? Like, where were you going?
I never thought about playing. I told you, I wasn't a basketball player. I did it because it was cool, like, you know. So then when I started liking it, I never even knew nothing about college basketball. I just watched UCLA because when Jordan Farmar was at UCLA, and then, you know, Darren Collison from the Empire or whatever. So I would watch UCLA, and I knew Cal State San Bernardino. That's the only thing I knew about college basketball, because I got cousins that went to Cal State San Bernardino. But basketball wasn't really the thing I was going to do. I just wanted to be a doctor. That was my goal, was to be a doctor. Yeah. Like, so that's always been my thing.
What type of doctor?
I don't really know. Like, I thought about being like a pediatrician, because I love kids, and then I thought about being like just a physician, just a normal physician. Yeah. Or physician's assistant, something in the medical field.
Something in the medical field to help.
Yeah.
Cool.
Always.
Yeah. You said your grandma was your mentor outside of basketball? Who's your mentor on the basketball court? I know you train with Keys a lot. And
oh yeah, now so, you mean growing up or now?
Just general.
I say Keys is a big mentor. Keys has done a lot, and I remember I didn't even know Keys. My homeboy introduced me to Keys, and ever since day one, like Keys always been for me. Rob Valentine, Antoine Tanner, that's the person that always helped me out. Vince Camper, like me and Vince is like that's not my brother, but I mean that's my brother.
He's been everywhere, so
man, and everybody that I know that is involved in basketball, I bring up his name, and they be like, "Oh yeah, I know Vince." And no, that's my guy. Like if nobody talked to Vince, if he goes MIA, I've talked to Vince. You know what I'm saying? So those kind of guys always really motivate me, gave me some mentorship, and let me know like my direction and things like that.
Where you at with basketball right now?
Man,
what's your number one goal right now?
With basketball?
With basketball.
That's your chasing the hoop dream.
Yeah, the hoop dream part.
The hoop dream part. Man, because I went to China, in December with your guy, Buddha. That's my man. That's my roommate. So, I got to know him a lot. Yeah, so my goal, man, I want to get, somewhere overseas, get me like a little guaranteed contract, something good like that, and just travel like I did. Like, man, going to China was the biggest thing in my life. And like I said, the fact that I never wanted to play basketball like that, and it took me that I even played basketball at a school in Canada, so going out there, just going to a different country and playing in front of those kind of people and just building my rep up, I guess that's really my hoop dream.
And I don't want to skip over that part either. So high school to college, give us the college transition.
Okay, so I went to Upland High, and okay, so I told you I didn't really like basketball. Right. Like my coaches at Upland made me not like basketball anymore. But, I just played. So then at the end of my senior season, towards the end, my dad passed away. So I was over it. I was like, no, I'm done with basketball, bro. That's out. So I just got back into it because my grandma, she's like, you're not about to quit playing. Like, I didn't go to school for 2 weeks. I didn't play basketball for 2 weeks. Then she kind of dragged me out of my bed and was like, you better get up and go down to the school. So I want to say after that, finished the season, I didn't think I was going to play basketball, so I was over it. But then Coach Klein from Chafee came to talk to me. And then Prentice Harris, like I said, came and got me and were like, you need to, come to Chafee. And then I was getting all these other junior colleges trying to get me to go, like Mount SAC, PCC, RCC. And then even Chico State had called me, So, they see me play AAU in the best of the summer and the D64. But like I said, I was still kind of worried about the basketball things. But I ended up going to Chafee, where I gray shirted my first year because I was still 17 and I wasn't really that. I was super thin, So then I spent that gray shirt year getting better, being at the gym, just grinding every day. And
way different than high school, huh?
Man, I actually had like a purpose, like high school. I just wanted to just be on a team. It wasn't like I had a goal. I just was going to play. But now I'm like, I have an opportunity to play college ball. I never thought that was possible. So. I went and I was just working my tail off. I was in the gym literally every day from 2 p.m. to 12 a.m., like every day, like Monday through Sunday. So then I played my 2 years there, and I didn't really like Chafee. Like that was another place. Like my high school and my junior college journey was tough. Like I had a tougher. I mean, at least I made the team. I know there's a lot of people that don't make the team,
right?
But my role was really tough. Like, the coaches did not mess with me. Like, give me no love on the basketball court. Like, for real.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think that was? Do you think sometimes they do that to make you a better player? Sometimes they do that to force that mental toughness. Man. So it's not always a negative. But how do you see it now looking back?
Well, I want to say in high school, it was like favoritism. So they'll like, let somebody else overshadow you and think I'm doing the dirty work. I got to play defense. I got to rebound. I got to do, but you get to shoot all the shots. And so, that's what that was. I didn't get no love from that because, I was an undersized big man. I never learned how to dribble. I never paid attention to that because, they were like, oh, you need to post up and all. I'm like, bro, this dude's 6'9". At the time of high school, I maybe was 6 foot. So then I went to, like I said, Chafee. My freshman year I barely played, and I remember one time I actually broke down because I didn't play. I
cried.
Broke down. I'm man enough to admit that I did. And
toughness was out the window there, huh?
It hurt. Yeah, as far as because because you tough, you can't cry. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I was like, man, I know I'm better than that. Like, I'm going to get no PT. But anybody that knows, my freshman year, even, like, whenever I played a lot, I was getting buckets, I was dunking, I was doing everything.
Right,
like, I was just like, you got to play me. I even had a windmill fast break my freshman year, and everybody was just hyped up for that. Like, they got it on YouTube and all that. Like,
dang.
You know, so my sophomore year, like, second year at Chafee, my coach was just like, we were just battling. He was just acting weird. Like, I went to the Jerry Mullins Top 80 showcase, like the JUCO showcase, and, like, you know, UCR was contacting me. It was writing me letters, like the coach stuff, and then, like, I thought everything was going good. Beginning of the season started off pretty well. Then my coach switched up the offense and said, you can't do anything outside of this. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, he had me post up all the time because I started getting my game a little bit more, like being able to dribble more, get my 3-ball down, all that. But he took that out. You
couldn't use it?
Nope.
All right.
Took it out. So then me and him was just battling. I told him, like, bro, that's, like, this is annoying, you know, like, it's hurting me. Like, so then I didn't play for a while. And all the parents and some of the players are like, what's going on? I wouldn't get into practices. No scrimmaging, no nothing. So it just took the passion out of it and the love. And I was like, all right. So then I came back. He put me back in the rotation. I had one of the biggest games, I think, in the state that year. I had, like, 30 and 18, 30 and 20. And after that, I was playing, then I went to not playing again. Or playing 30 seconds here, maybe a minute at the most.
Oh,
like,
man.
So you know how that would be. It's frustrating.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Playing, like, you pulling me in and out, you know, putting me in your pocket, pulling me out, putting me back in your pocket. Like,
we're going to find out what happened to that. We're going to take a first break real quick. This is Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Ferran, a.k.a. WDC. We got Rod in the building representing the Pac Rim Basketball League. So we're going to take this first break, and we'll be right back. Shout us out.
Yes, sir.
This segment was sponsored by Pac Rim Sports. Visit PacRimSports.com for more info and listen to their Selective Games live broadcast on Sports Collective Radio. AskIlya.com. Media marketing experts here to help you grow your business into the next level and boost your sales. Visit us to learn more. AskIlya.com.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
This segment was sponsored by Pac Rim Sports. Visit PacRimSports.com for more info and listen to their Selective Games live broadcast on Sports Collective Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV, Chasing the Hoop Dream segment. All month of April, we've been here having different guests come in and share their stories. We've been listening to Rod's story. We're going to get into a little bit more of his background, and then actually want to talk about what Pac Rim has done for you and what do you enjoy about playing in Pac Rim's league. And also you play for TCL as well, where I saw you in the Pac Rim leagues, so all that's connected. So also we got my man over here, Don from P4E, also here on the deck with me as well. So stay tuned. Got another segment coming up from the Inglewood Fellas basketball segment coming up after this one, so stay tuned for that. All right, man. So pretty much you've dealt with all the high school, pre-college, JUCO drama. I mean, so today, what is the Chasing the Hoop Dreams today? What is that for you today?
Today, man,
you've been overseas already. You enjoyed that. What's next?
I'm trying to get back out there, man. China, they show me love. They act like I played in the league. You got Buddha, like, man, everybody took pictures.
They were wilding out on Instagram.
Yeah, everybody thought I played in the league, and it's just funny. They're just like taking pictures. I took like 1,000 pictures, with people. Even me, Buddha, and one of my homeboys, KJ, who lived like kind of near here. We were playing basketball with the kids at the park in the Wan Chai district, and it's funny, like, because when I came back out here, I met people that are from the Wan Chai. They were like, man, I seen you like on Instagram. All these kids like was following me on Instagram, messaging me. Like they came to some of our games we played because we played at the Queen Elizabeth Stadium. But yeah, I just want to get the opportunity to do that again and for a longer period of time. We were out there for some weeks, and man, I didn't really want to come home. Besides, the Chinese, I was over the Chinese food though. I'm gonna tell you, I couldn't do that too much. But.
So Pac Rim, give us your insight on Pac Rim, man.
Man, Pac Rim is a dope league to play in. It's one of my favorites. Don, he's a real good dude. He shows a lot of love to me personally. And it's always I could call Don up, anytime, and now he'll help me out, like, cause I train kids here and there, and like he'll like help me get gyms and like get like just little clinics get going and give me gear. Like I have everything. Like, it's just funny. Like he shows me so much love, and like I tell him all the time, like I really appreciate you. It's like a lot of people, but like I appreciate him for sure. Like he helps me, if I have something, especially basketball related to do, like he'll help me get into that like some kind of way, and for that I'm always thankful.
And so we saw you playing in your uniform that day was the TCL. Tell us about TCL.
TCL, that's gang right there. That's a gang.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that.
TCL is like a family. So it's dope that we playing, Pac Rim, but because they have their own team. But TCL is family. Like everybody on TCL I've been knowing since I was a teenager. It's all love. Like everybody I know like Michael Walker, Ryan Nitz, Kenny Morgan, like all these people I've been knowing from a young age, and then one of my cousins played on the team, and the homie Doc, it's just always dope to play with people that you've been playing with for years, junior college, high school, AAU, all that. So,
you got quite a few championships over there with TCL, right?
I won every time I played. I don't really lose too much. I don't really lose too much, so. Yeah, I love that league. I mean, that's really our league. That league and Superstar, like, for sure. Like, it's my leagues.
We beat them in the money tournament, though. I'm just saying.
I'll let Don handle the rest of that.
I've talked to you a few times on some things that could help you. But what's the one thing you think that will take you to the next level? On or off the court?
I feel like staying level-headed. I just feel like I don't know, sometimes I'm just kind of off the scales with, like, sometimes I'm, like, irritated and I'm just always angry or upset, like, because I'm passionate about this basketball thing. Like, when I started it, I was, like, I'm going for it every time I step on the court. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm, like, my man Shell, though, I'm at him. Like, I'm talking, I'm at it. I'm serious about it. I want to kill you on the court. That's just, I mean, we talked about that last time. I was like, So yeah, that's one thing. I just want to stay level-headed, a little more poised. That's something that I need to learn.
Sometimes people, I want to speak to that because sometimes people mistake your passion for, being aggressive or upset.
Anger.
Yeah, so
it's not necessarily like anger, like I want to hurt somebody. Or
not like that. But I'm saying their perception.
Yeah, that perception. Yeah. Like actually, we played in the P4E league, and like so, like me and my teammate Doc, one of my good friends, like. Sometimes we'll argue, but it's not like bigger than that. We arguing in the game. We both feel this kind of way, but at the end of the day, we're on the same page. People don't understand. They're like, "You guys are fighting. Like, I can't believe you guys sitting there." No, we're just like talking about the game.
Yeah,
like, and you're always gonna chip at your teammates or your friends. Especially we have a good relationship off the court. So,
right.
But that's something people just don't really understand. You really gotta play basketball for real to really understand like those kind of battles on the court with your close friends and teammates.
What can you, before you go down, what can you say to the youth, man, that all have this vision of playing in the NBA, that's we know that's not the place you can be professional, but what do you want to say to them that might listen, that's chasing this hoop? You got high school students, man. What do you want to say to them?
Well, I say stay in the gym working, man. I didn't think I was going to be where I'm at. Like, I never thought I'd play college basketball. It was not in my future, in my mind. So the more basketball became more relevant and more apparent that I could do it, like, I stayed in the gym. Like I said, I'd be in the gym 8 hours, 9 hours a day, every day. I'm telling you, like, tired, legs hurting, but I was there every day. So I would say, like, stay in the gym. Make sure you're stretching, just make sure you're actually trying to be a student of the game to learn and be, if you want to be better than the rest, like that's my thing. I stay in the gym. Like you said earlier, I'll be with Keon in the morning. Then I'll try to work out with Vince. I'll be at Holly Park outside, like, working out with him or something like that, in the afternoon. And I'll go to the gym by myself and work out, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And I put in a lot. So, even now, like, people be like, man, you're really good. Like, I feel like I can improve on a lot, but I'm like, man, I really put in the time. So the fact that that's being, seen by other people that's telling me that, and people that I hold in high regard that say like, oh, you're really good. And I be like, man, but I think you're dope. So that's, it's really dope. But yeah, it's just stay in the gym, stay active.
You got something else? I got a couple more.
Yeah, no, just like we talked, you're one of the most God-given athletic players out there. And just, the one thing that I told you, that was holding you back was the mental side a little bit, getting caught up in the moment, getting into it with some guys and taking you out of your game. Not necessarily fighting, but taking you out of your game. But I've seen improvements throughout the year, so commend you on that and even owning up to it. And I know you're training some kids now. So how's that going?
Well, the kids I train, they're, because I feel like a madman when I'm on the basketball court. Like, I try to tell them not to, get caught up in the same thing that you're telling me. I try to tell them, don't do it. For real. Like, they'll see me play, and they be like, I seen you get the chill, bro. Like, don't worry about what I'm doing. Do as I say, not as I do, bro. But I try to tell them, it's all right to be aggressive and things like that, but just keep your head. Don't worry about it. Like, sometimes I'll get upset if I miss shots. I'll be the maddest person on the planet. But I tell them, like, when we're shooting and they're missing a lot of shots, just take a breath, just reapproach it when you feel like you're ready. Like, we could take a break, get some water or something. So I just try to tell them to be mentally tougher than me, be better than me. That's what I'm looking for. Be better than me.
What do you think your brand is missing right now for your clinic? Where are you at with that?
I don't know, because I started mine by myself. Like, I don't really have like a person like backing me besides like TCL and Pac Rim. But just getting out there more, like, people know I play basketball, but just getting, like, more kids, like, really, because they'll be like, oh, I've been training with this person. I'm like, okay, this person already have a name, have built up a following. I'm like, I'm trying to get mine to that point. And I feel like, there's so much I can do. I'm only 25, so, like, there's so much more I can do.
To be 25 again.
Man.
Well, that was a whole long time ago. Come on now.
Yeah, you see, so there's...
You got grandkids coming.
For real.
But, I just feel like there's a lot more I can do, and I just feel like the way I can build my following is just reaching out more. I've been reaching out to more kids. I've been getting more and more kids, and then just building relationships. See, that's why you see I got my Nipsey shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But basically, building partnerships and relationships with people like said Don or Ed, from TCL, my team. And just getting those kind of outlets and people that can help, bring kids in, get you a gym. You got to pay for gym time. I haven't had to pay for gym time at all, ever. So, those type of relationships are amazing. So, building that.
Well, I want to end it on your shirt, man. What was your experience?
This man right here got me through a lot. I went through a lot and just listened to his music. If you know me, I'm probably like the biggest Nipsey fan. Like, if you look at my pictures, like my captions, like it's Nipsey. My graduation picture, that was the biggest thing for me. Like that Nipsey quote. I told myself when I graduated, my picture is gonna have this on it, this certain part. And he just really just motivated you, period, no matter what walk of life you're from. If you're from the hood, if you sell drugs, if you're a gang member, you're not a gang member, you're a hooper, you're this person, like, just the marathon. Like, that's how I always tell myself, like, that marathon. I'm a marathon runner. Yeah. Like P. Diddy said, I'm a marathon runner. And it just, it's like a pathway for you to be successful. Like, that's just always I thought. Like, he's been saying, dropping so many jewels for years. And he, like he said, he wasn't starting off with the game culture. He was just trying to be about his business. So I feel like Nipsey's like legacy was all about this, running this marathon and just finding what you want to do and doing everything you're doing to get toward that goal. All your short-term goals to meet that long-term goal. So
cool deal.
That's what it's about.
I'm good.
We good.
Anything else you want to say, man, that we missed? You want to shout out anybody? Or I
want to shout out TCL. Like I said, it's gang, you know. Pac Rim and Don, and thank you guys. You know, you my man. And I kind of recently just mentioned
Yeah,
you know,
we good. Appreciate you, man.
And
Yeah, thanks.
Just shout out everybody that show me love. I'm going to give love right back.
Cool deal.
You know, and shout out Neighborhood Nip. You already know.
All right, so we're going to take this second break here. Sports Collective TV, Chasing Hoop Dreams segment for the month of April. So we still got 2 more Mondays coming from the Pac Rim, LABC League, Inglewood Fellas, and
P4E.
Of course, P4E over here. So stay tuned. We got our next guest coming up right here. Sports Collective TV. Shout us out. What's the count?
This segment was sponsored by Pac Rim Sports. Visit PacRimSports.com for more info and listen to their Selective Games live broadcast on Sports Collective Radio. Sports Collective Media and Morris Media Studios presents Sports Collective TV, the best sports talk show that brings you the variety of talking guests only on the best network, Morris Media Studio. Live from Los Angeles, Mondays at 5 Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, only on MorrisMediaLife.com. Follow us on social media for all the latest updates, only at Sports Collective Media.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh, man, that shot was cold, man.
I hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Yeah. Exhaustion, muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn, are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. Do you know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army, 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org. Welcome back to Sports Collective TV. Again, I'm your host, Farron, aka WDC. Again, you want information about sickle cell trait, wdconsct.org. That's my advocacy work outside of doing sports. It is connected to sports because the NCAA made it mandatory for all student athletes to play sports. They have to have a sickle cell trait test or sign a waiver because a lot of athletes have been collapsing and dying playing sports and they don't want to be responsible. So they put the liability back on the families which is all right. I get that. However, they're not really educating the students on why they need that exam and why they need that test. So that's part of my work. I collapsed from sickle cell trait exertion in the military, and that's how I got to be in front of you now with the sports conversation. All right, so this is brought to you by the Inglewood Fellas. Shouts out to Jose. And got my man Don Steele here on the deck with me from P4E. And our guest from the Inglewood Fellas, Sheldon, is in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Call you Big Shell.
Big Shell.
All right, man. Introduce yourself and we get started.
Well, like you said, I'm Sheldon, a.k.a. Shells, out of Compton, representing Inglewood.
All right, representing Inglewood. All right. So give us some, you grew up in Compton?
Yeah, born and raised in Compton.
So what was it like in your era of Compton, man?
Rough.
As much as you can say.
I mean, it's everything you could think of: gang violence, drugs. It's the ghetto.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
How did you manage that environment, man?
Unfortunately, like a lot of my life, I struggled with that. Like I was in the streets, and I wanted to follow my dad's footsteps. He was he is still a part of that lifestyle, but he was more so in prison through my whole life. So, growing up without your father, you're like, oh, I want to be like him.
Yeah.
And all I heard was stories of what he did and how he was. So I had to try to live that image or obtain that image.
And top it almost.
Right. Well, I tried to. And later, like growing up, later on, I found out that just wasn't something that, I could fit.
What was your turning point for you? Was there something?
My high school coach, actually, 11th grade. I didn't start playing basketball till the 11th grade.
Another late bloomer.
Yeah, I hated sports.
Yeah,
but started playing basketball in the 11th grade. The coach came. I had gotten into a fight that week prior, and he was like, "Man, that's enough is enough. When you gonna stop?" He sat me down, talked to my mom, and from there we just got rolling. Like I gave it a try for a week, and I liked it.
Was you this tall already, or was you
I was always tall, but I just, like I said, when people ask me, "Oh, you play basketball?" I'm like, no, I hated sports. But after trying it for a week, and then the girls and all that come with it,
here we go. The truth come out right now.
Different scene from being in the hood, huh?
Exactly. So it just gave me a different outlook on life. Period. So.
Did that also help your academics?
Well, not so much in high school. In college, my academics changed tremendously, but in high school, I still was a nuthead.
Yeah.
Until I graduated. But
so when you started playing basketball, there was a love for it. What was that? I mean, obviously you had mental toughness. I like to talk about mental toughness. So obviously you had the street mental toughness.
Well, yeah, I always have the street toughness. It was just I didn't have the. How do you say, I wasn't prepared for the world, I guess you can say. Like the more, being just more mindful of people and their emotions. I was more so, I always kept things bottled in. So every time I get mad, I'm taking that out on somebody else. I'm still having trouble with that. My mind, I get into a zone where I have an attitude and I just like, man, forget this.
Yeah.
But I'm not as bad. I don't tend to physically act.
You recognize it now.
Yeah,
you're older,
exactly.
So it's something that you recognize and
right,
you can manage it. I mean, something like that.
Right. So it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, of course.
And we had a little, but we got over that quick.
Right.
So what do you say the transition from high school to college, since you started in the 11th grade, what was that transition like for you? Because some people get letters, some people get notices, get calls. How was that
I actually started getting letters in the 12th grade, which was surprising because nobody. Second year playing. And it was surprising because nobody in my family ever went to college. So I was like, okay, something different. And when I showed my mom, my grandma, I've never seen them that proud of me. Like, my dad's side of the family, my aunts and everybody, I've never seen a family proud of me. So, that was something.
How did that make you feel?
Man, it made me feel great. And that's why I continued to do it. And then, at first, I wasn't even planning on going to college. I'm like, okay, this high school thing, let me get this out the way for high school. And then I ended up getting recruited by I got recruited by SC, Washington State, in Arizona, but I didn't go because of my grades. So I was like, forget basketball again. And then luckily, this my JUCO coach, Coach Loza out of LA Harbor, he came down, spoke with me, spoke with my mom. And he was like, we're going to get him out of that environment because I was supposed to go to Southwest, but if I would have went there.
Oh, yeah.
That's down the street. Exactly, it would have been the same thing. So he got me out of that environment, and I started focusing, surprisingly, I started focusing on school and reading books, pick up books and reading them on my own, learning a lot more. And
what was that like? Just different world, huh?
It's a lot different when you pick up something and you read it and you comprehend what you're reading now. Like instead of just a teacher telling you what to say or things like that, like you're actually reading and learning what you're reading and liking what you're reading. So it was it helped me grow to become the better person I am today. It's a lot more stuff I know about myself now because of reading and just learning, period.
Yeah.
But the college experience, like I said, Coach Loza came and spoke with me and my family, and he basically gave me a chance to start a new life. He either said, you can fall down this road, because he's been like, a lot of schools heard about me playing 2 years, but it was just like, he's a hard head, he's a knucklehead, so they gave up. But then he came, talked to me, and he set me down, basically said, I go this way or that way, and it worked out.
And it's not funny, but some people think that, the generations behind you are like, I got to go D1, I got to go, if it's not D1, it's nothing. But we understand that it's okay to go JUCO levels. Yeah. I mean, they actually like that because you develop yourself in those areas.
Right, right. And it's crazy because at my first year at JUCO, the head coach from Washington actually came down to a practice, and Mexico State came down to practice and was talking to Coach Loza and was interested in me. And I'm like, this kid from Compton getting recruited, that's crazy. But it was a fun experience, a good learning point. But overall, I just enjoyed it. And I like the fact that he embraced me, took me around his family. Always, like, if I was struggling in the class, he'd take me with him to his house. We studied all night. His daughters helped me. It was always like a family that I didn't have. So it was a great feeling.
And then, you got something? Go ahead.
No, was that your first male figure in your life that really dove into you?
Right. Because my whole family is all women. My mom, my mom's side of his family is her and her sister, but she has brothers, but we really don't speak like that. And my dad's side, he only has my auntie. My uncle was missing for like 20-something years. We just found him, so...
I got an uncle like that. We still looking for him.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like all I had was women, and I always had to be the protector. Like I was always the protector, no matter how old they were. I was the male.
So he was the first guy looking after you.
Right. And he was the first one that was like, you know what, this is what you're gonna do. I'm gonna stick behind you and make sure I got it done.
That's what's up.
So what happened after JUCO?
After my first year, I had a chance to leave. And he spoke with me, Coach Loza spoke with me again, and he said, you don't have to go D1, but if you want to leave now, you can leave and go D2, D3. There's a couple D2 and D3 schools looking at me. But I stuck it out my freshman year and said, nah, I'd rather go D1. And then come and find out when I finally got the offers to go D1, and I just like, nah. I ended up having a daughter, and she was like 6 months at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to just stay home.
So that was like a turning point, having your child, leaving.
Yeah, that was the reason why I didn't want to leave no more. At first, I was excited to leave. I actually went to Columbus in Georgia for 1 year, but I redshirted, and then I came back home. So
and that was it.
I just came back home and went to Cal State Dominguez from there.
So what's your chasing the hoop dream? When you hear that statement, what is your chasing the hoop dream today?
Man, like my man was saying prior to me getting up here, it's like a marathon. It's keep going. Like it don't stop for me. It's like to see where I started and where it's taking me. Like I've been to Mexico, I've been to Europe. I was supposed to go to China, but I ended up going back to Mexico. But it's just to see what basketball is. And then, like I said, I grew up in Compton, so I had a lot of enemies, you could say. But this game is dudes that I never would have spoke to on the streets were like this now. Like it's
the basketball gym's the safe zone,
right? And it's actually like in the real world, it's crazy because a lot of the guys probably know him, but my guy Drew, me and him, our neck of the woods don't really talk, but me and Drew are like, that's my guy, like that's my guy. Wow, that's my guy.
Like, that's deep right there.
Yeah, for real.
Especially with a league for P4E with some spiritual conversation in
right.
It ain't going down in there at all.
Shell played with us at the VBL and a few different leagues, and we had a little disagreement one time, but we good. Yeah. But what was your experience at like the VBL? Was that your first time playing, or had you played before?
Well, I played before, but that was my first time actually playing with a team that was together. Okay. The first time we played, it was like a bunch of, you know how they do the little showcase, they pick up and just random people. So I played with a bunch of guys that just didn't know how to play at one point. But then running with you guys, like playing with Wes, Drew, and a couple of the guys I've been playing with, it was like playing. When you grow up in the basketball world, and you're from LA or whatever the case is, you typically run into the same guys. Mm-hmm. And playing with Drew and it was like playing back in my backyard. So
everybody knows everybody.
Exactly, yeah. So it was fun.
What's Inglewood Fellas mean to you?
It's like family. Outside of when I got back from college and playing my first year after playing in Europe, I thought I was done with basketball. And then a couple of my guys was like, hey, got this guy named Joe. He's good. He takes you here, gets you seen. And we went to Mexico, and sure enough, I got seen. So.
You just you went to Mexico, or the San Diego showcase, right?
This last one? Yeah. Went there. We lost in the championship this last showcase, but prior to that, we went to Mexico with your guy Drew. Drew came with us.
Drewski.
And Drewski. He came with us, and we beat their national team, the Zonkies.
No.
Yeah. A couple guys got signed right off the bat, right?
Brandon and DK and a couple other guys could have got signed, but the team that was looking at DK only came specifically for them, but now they want us all to fly. I don't know if Drew's mentioned it, but they want us to fly out in June.
Yeah, another showcase.
No way.
They want to pick up some more.
That'd be dope. Looking forward to it.
Exactly.
We know.
Hey, Rod should have been there. I'm just saying.
Man.
Don't miss out.
It's wild because our other partner, Cali Sportsman, he grew up in the Inglewood area, and Joe was a little kid back then.
He
coached Joe playing in the streets and things like that. Ilya.
Yeah, I remember.
So it's like to see that, and then I run into Joe and like, hey, I want you to be on my sports show. And he's like, and I tell him about Ilya. He's like, oh, I know him. It's like to connect those dots. I mean, for you, what do you want to say to those youth that are out there that, we know what percentage go to the pros, very low. We know there's a percentage that goes from high school to college. What do you want to say to the youth?
I'm gonna go back to the marathon. It's just like, for anybody that know Nipsey, it's like what he spoke was real, and it goes to basketball, it goes to all aspects of life. You don't have to just start there. You can, like, basketball is my foundation, but it's not gonna be my ending point. Of course, I want to own businesses and all that. So this is just a starting for kids that's out there. You don't have to just believe the NBA is the only route. Like, you can go overseas, play a couple years, invest your money into something other than cars and jewelry, because that's investing things that appreciate instead of depreciate.
What do you think about what would you say to the guys just running the streets,
man,
rather than picking up a ball?
It ain't worth it. Like, it's pointless. At the end of the day, you got one or two things. I mean, I know it's common, everybody always say you either dead or in jail, but it's facts. That's the only outcome you get out of it. It's no reward. It's no signing bonus. It's nothing like that. Like, it's a lost situation.
Your family still proud of your success?
Oh yeah, and they still push me still right now. Like, it's been times, because I'm 29 now, about to hit 30, and it's times where I was like, all right, it's time to hang it up, and then I get a call from Brandon or something, I have it on speaker, and he be like, oh, it's a coach in Mexico. My mom be like, all right, time to go back to the gym. Like, that's like, all right. Right, for real.
So what is this picture up here? We got a picture of you getting that rebound, or was you about to...
Oh, no, that was a putback. That was a putback.
Oh, you was tapping it back in?
Yeah. Why you ain't dunking that? No, come on, Shell.
Man, honestly, man, my legs ain't been the same in a couple of years.
Wait, what?
I ain't been working on them.
Don't tell your weakness.
Nah, I mean, they know. I'm a battle with you down there, like, regardless. I'm a battle with you.
Yeah, Shell gets hammered down low.
Yeah, like...
He keeps his cool most of the time.
Right.
Until it gets too much.
Until they beat me too much, then I'm complaining for a foul. But other than that...
Why do you think your social media is important?
It's an outlet. It's my brand. It's me. It's who I am. So anything I can do to post and get influence on the younger youth, I'm willing to do it. Like, I have a couple, even my little cousins, it's crazy because growing up, they look up to me and I didn't know it, but looking at their friends, they friends would be hitting me up. Oh yeah, your cousin said you this, I'm like, oh, he did. So it's a cool
low key celebrity status.
Right. And it's fun. It's just knowing that I'm not looked at from what I started and looking at something different in a positive light. I like that.
That's a cool deal.
So, yeah.
No, just thank Shell because the times he did play with us, he was the one dude that was always positive. Besides when he didn't get the ball a few times, but I usually backed him on that. But yeah, definitely thank you for playing with us, and excited to hear this side of the story. Now I know you a little bit deeper, and just excited to see where it comes in June in the showcase, and wherever we could help, Definitely, that's what's up.
Appreciate it.
So I played this game. I played with you. I call wordplay. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a word, and you just kind of tell me your experience and what do you think about it. So, karma.
So, man.
Right. So, karma is a belief, right? But some people believe in karma. Some people don't believe in karma. What's your perspective or your interpretation if there is something called karma?
I'm a believer in karma. I'm a believer in energy, and the energy you give out is the energy you're going to receive back. I'm a big believer in that. So karma is, to me, it's
your energy coming back at you?
Exactly. Whatever you put out is what you're going to receive back.
So my trick question is, have you ever seen karma?
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Right.
All right, I'm going to let you have that one. I don't believe in karma, but me and my dad, we have this show called Wordplay. And so we pick words and then we, share music and talk about, because a lot of miscommunication comes from language. What it means to you might not mean to me, and that could create a disagreement or a misunderstanding and could start problems. But yeah, I challenge karma because you can't look outside. I can't go outside and show you, oh, that's karma. People say it's an experience, but then that's still us describing something.
Right.
And then to me, it's like you're not taking responsibility. But if you know you did something wrong to somebody and you didn't apologize, now you waiting for it to come back to you? Like, that don't make no sense. So I challenge karma up against nature, and I disagree with karma. That's my point of view. That I get some energy, but it's still an experience. I think that you did something and you didn't take. If you took responsibility of it, then there's nothing to come back.
You won't believe something.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people just use karma as a word to not say, in my side of God did. And God, God allowed and God did,
Right.
It's just a different terminology.
Man, we thank you for being on the show, man. I appreciate you. Thanks.
No problem.
All right, so again, this is Sports Selective TV. Next Monday, we'll be back again with a brand new deck with of guys chasing hoop dreams. I'm going to take this quick break. I got my man Double R, Ricky, who's going to come and give you some highlights. So we've got some sports topics that we're going to discuss real quick for the last few minutes. So this is Sports Collective, right? So we got some sports talk brought to you by my man Double R, who's going to share with you what's going on in the news today. So we'll be right back. Sports Collective TV. And thanks, Don, too, man. Appreciate
yes, sir. Anytime.
The deck. All right. Right back.
This segment was sponsored by Inglewood Fellas. Visit at Inglewood Fellas on Instagram and listen to their Selected Games live broadcast on Sports Collective Radio.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
AskElia.com, media marketing experts here to help you grow your business into the next level and boost your sales. Visit us to learn more. AskElia.com. Sports Collective Media and Morris Media Studios presents Sports Collective TV, the best sports talk show that brings you the variety of talking guests only on the best network, Morris Media Studio. Live from Los Angeles, Mondays at 5 Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, only on MorrisMediaLife.com. Follow us on social media for all the latest updates, only at Sports Collective Media.
All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host, moderator, Ferran, aka WDC. Again, thanks for listening in so far. This segment's brought to you by the LABC League, and also, we're going to give it to you too, man, since your guy didn't.
Yeah, P4E.
P4E.
Yeah, my bad, Tone. I got you next time.
All right, so we're going to make up for that. We got 2 interviews that didn't happen today, but we're going to make up for those later on. All right, so again, this is Sports Collective TV, right? So we talk about all different types of sports, from badminton all the way down to, frisbee toss. That's your game,
frisbee
right?
Golf. It's not frisbee toss.
Yeah, that's
frisbee
hard.
Golf. All right, so I got my man Double R here, who's going to give us some highlights, and just take it away, man. Introduce yourself first of all.
Hey, what's up? I'm Double R, Ricky Rodriguez. And first off, thank you, Ferran, for letting me come in. Thank you so much, you guys. This is so awesome. There was a grip of stuff that went down this week that's going on right now as we speak. Today is actually a really special day out in L.A. and all over baseball everywhere. It's Jackie Robinson Day today. It's actually the 72nd anniversary. Can you believe that? Of Jackie Robinson making his first time playing. It's also, this year is his 100th birthday, which is really cool as well. Yeah, 100. Can you imagine if Jackie was around all the years and all the stuff that can happen? The cool thing about Jackie did so much for everybody. I mean, you're a minority, I'm a minority, a lot of minorities here. He opened the door for so many people. So, shout out to Jackie Robinson and the entire Robinson family. Frank Robinson, we lost Frank Robinson this year. Shout out to him as well. Rest in peace. Opened so many doors to people like, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods' minority. I mean, he's actually from out my area. He was Buena Park, I believe it was. But he just came out of nowhere. You guys know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, y'all need to get on something. Tiger just won the Masters, bro.
Exactly.
It was awesome. I'm not a big golf guy.
They said he was done.
There is people, was it Stephen A?
Yeah,
everybody, Stephen A. in your face. Everybody was burning.
Somebody just won $1.9 million.
I was just going to get to that. You read my mind. What? No, yeah. He won $1.19 million on a bet for Tiger to win. It was like $85,000 he dropped. Yep. At a 1 to 14, 14 to 1 odds, and he won. And he's got that sick money rolling in now. So speaking of money and being sick, dude, this maybe you guys heard about what happened to Amir Johnson of the Sixers. He was on the bench. This sucks. No, this sucks. Okay, the cell phone gate. Okay, apparently, you're not supposed to have cell phones on the bench.
Right.
Apparently, he got on his cell phone while having a teammate next to him. And the reason behind it, you guys are smiling, are going to be like, oh, damn, because you guys are both, we're parents here. His daughter's really sick, apparently, and his wife was updating him on what was going on. He still got penalized, and he still got fined for having the phone on the bench,
rules
man.
Are rules, right?
Yeah, it's true.
B called him out, though.
He did. He totally called him out on it. Totally called him out.
Cell phone is just it's taking over everything.
Ain't that the truth?
Taking over everything.
And I bet you the cell phones were out in Golden State the other day. Oh my God, our Clippers are in against the Warriors right now. And Durant and Beverly.
Do they have a chance? No.
All right. They
chance?
say no chance out here from the true players. No chance. But Beverly, you said, likes to get under people's skin, and he did exactly that. And Durant got in his face, and it was getting crazy. Getting crazy. Not as crazy as in Cincinnati. Did you guys see? Oh, my gosh. Okay, so in a nutshell, this guy, Derek Diedrich, hits a home run and breaks an unwritten rule. I'm going to stare at the ball for 20 seconds as it goes out. He did that. Chris Archer didn't like it. Next at bat, he nearly nails him with a 95 in the spine. And that was that. Oh, what happened? You get to see the picture. Oh, my gosh. It got insane.
He cracked it, right? He cracked it and watched it go.
For like 20 seconds.
Watch it
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? You know what's even crazier? Guess who, when the brawl started, guess who the first two people were that were on the field?
Picture,
Puig and Kemp. Puig and Kemp. Good stuff.
He was like stage diving into.
Oh, dude, he was like a fullback, like we were saying earlier.
He was upset.
It was crazy.
They was ready to go. They was ready.
You know what's cool about Puig and Kemp? They're actually in LA right now. They're going to be taking on Clayton Kershaw tonight, his big return. So y'all still got an hour to get down to Dodger Stadium, go catch that Kershaw's big return against Cincinnati.
In an hour.
I said get to it. I didn't say they were going to get in. So you know how that works. And Kershaw just hoping to go back to the way he was, coming off an injury. Hopefully he'll be able to get a lot more strikeouts, get a lot more people to be sent back to the dugout, kind of like Crush Davis lately. Yeah. That guy was misnamed for the last 53 at-bats. I feel so bad for him. He just signed with Baltimore like an 8-year deal a little while ago. I agree. No, I agree. No, I agree 1,000% with you. Right. But he went over 54.
Major league record.
Major league record.
By a lot.
Beating Eugenio Velez.
Wow.
But it's okay. He came out of it finally. And they actually gave him a really funny standing ovation. His teammates were laughing at him. He got a hit against the Red Sox 2 days ago, I believe it was. And he got
the game winner.
RBIs and the game winner. And today, on Patriots Day in Fenway, he hit a bomb as well. So shout out.
Redeeming himself.
Right? Exactly. Slowly.
Yeah, it only took about 25 minutes.
Exactly. It took a quarter of the season. So shout out to him making them balls disappear. And we got some disappearing happening at Staples, don't we?
Some disappearing acts. Wesley Snipes
types. Oh my gosh. Well, first off, Magic stepped down. He had a lot going on with the whole LeBron thing. Cleaning house. They started cleaning house.
Clean everybody out.
Magic says, "Oh, I want to have fun again." That's what he said. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever. And then as you can see, there's Luke. Luke gets let go. Not even 48 hours later, he's taking a trip up to 5, and he is the new coach of the Sacramento Kings. So there it is. Yeah. One thing you won't see Luke for a while. I don't see the Kings going to the playoffs anytime soon, and that's what's rolling right now. That's what's going on, and I know.
And Devon back over there too.
Devon, they re-signed him as the GM, and he brought his fellow Laker right away.
Hey, they got some talent though.
Yes, they do. See. They got potential. The playoffs are going on right now. I got the current update. I guess you could say they've only played a couple games. Yeah. So in the East, the Bucks are up 1-0 on the Pistons. Oh, wow. Okay. The Magic is up.
That'd be quicker.
That's for Ron's boy.
Hey, let him finish. We got to get out of here.
This is good. All right. Magic 1-0 on Raptors. Nets 1-0 on Sixers. Celtics are 1-0 on Pacers. Out here in the West, Warriors are up on the Clippers. They play tonight. Actually, they're playing right now. Spurs 1-0 on the Nuggets. Blazers 1-0 on the Thunder. And the Rockets are launching ahead of the Jazz 1-0.
Blake, man.
Oh, here we go.
That was the only thing that I didn't like for you coming to the
podcast. It's going to be the thing that never stops.
Injuries, man.
He is a walking injury.
Down south with them, man.
He's a walking injury.
All right.
Talking about that.
Let's get out of here. Again, this is Sports. Man, thank you for the highlights, man.
Thank you for letting me be here, man. I appreciate it.
For doing that for us, man. Again, Sports Selective TV right here Mondays at 5 p.m. on Morris Media Live. Make sure you hit us up on the social media. If you want to be a guest, also hit us up at Sports Selective Media. Also, I got at Chasing Hoop Dreams on Instagram as well. Nobody had that, so I locked it in. So we got those 2 social medias. See you in a few more days, I guess.
Yeah, when the Pistons are out by next Monday.
Oh, he said it.
Just saying.
He said it.
You know what?
Look at that face. Look at that face.
I'm out of here, man. Thanks, Don. Appreciate that.
Always.
All love. It's all love over here. All love.
Shout us out. What's the count?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
We're ready for football. Bryant jump shot. Puts it in. Here he is.